Hello and welcome to this guided meditation. We will venture forth to find ourselves taking a trip on a Lyran spaceship, taking us to their planet, where when we land there, we'll find ourselves along this river with some pyramids off in the distance. And we will venture forth to these pyramids. We'll walk all the way up to the top of these pyramids where there's this bridge connecting the two of them. And there's going to be this crystal there that we are going to use our energy to recharge this crystal for the Lyrans so that they can connect and send messages between their planet, across their planet to other planets, things like that, before we find ourselves venturing back home on a Lyran ship. So go ahead and sit down, relax, maybe lay down someplace comfortable, and go ahead and close your eyes, and we'll begin this meditation. All right, well, go ahead and just close your eyes and relax. We forget about all the things of the past and focus on just your breath, listening to sounds around you, allowing your body to relax and melt in to where you are. I want you to focus on your root chakra. And from your root chakra, growing roots down to the earth, into the soil, to the rock, seeking out minerals and crystals that you want to draw energy from, so that as you breathe in up your roots, you're drawing this energy from these points in the ground, in the earth, up your roots, up to your spine, all the way to your heart center of your chest. From there, this energy expands out throughout the rest of your body. And as you breathe out, sending this energy back down into the earth, cycling this energy in and out of your body with every breath. And I want you to imagine a beam of white light coming down from the sky, from the stars, far out in the galaxy. This beam of light is coming down on top of your head, hitting your crown chakra, traveling down your spine all the way to your heart. And with every breath, drawing this energy into your body so that you're now connected to the universe, you're connected to the earth. With every breath, drawing energy in onto your heart and expanding throughout your body. And expanding beyond your body, creating a shield of protection around you. Protection of light, rainbow light surrounding you. We want to call forth our higher self to join us for protection. And bringing with them other beings of love and light to surround and protect us. These are beings of love and light that have been approved by our higher self to stand here with us, to protect us from entities or attachments or technology, from wanting to listen in, sap our energy, stealing our energy. So that these beings of light and love and our higher self are surrounding us with this massive shield of fire. Like something like a glowing fire egg or something. Also want you to curl your lips and smile, allowing you to raise your vibration. Then from the sky comes down an object, getting closer and closer, what appears to be a spacecraft coming down and landing in front. And out of this spacecraft comes a Lyran, a humanoid-shaped cat, or a cat with a more humanoid-like body, standing on hind legs, but then having that fur of a cat, ears, whiskers, and paws. And they run up to you and grab you and pick you up in their arms and spin you around in the sky like when a parent spins up their child, because they're so excited to see them. And this Lyran is just smiling and laughing and giggling as they hold you up in the sky. And you feel like you're flying, and it's just like you just feel young again in this experience. And then they settle you back down. And they place a gold necklace around your neck. And on the necklace, this little bell. So that as you walk around and jump around, the bell rings. And then they invite you on their ship. And you get on the ship with the Lyran and just blast off into space. It seems to just hover off the ground. There's no takeoff, there's no runway speed that it needs to release. It just shoots up into the air like it's traveling on the wind. And as you look out the window of the spacecraft, it seems like you're traveling on a pathway of light, shooting through space, shooting past nebulas and planets and stars, going through hundreds of star systems. Just shooting through space. Shooting through space at incredible speed, with no clear destination in mind. And then the Lyran says, "Up ahead is the Sirius star system. Welcome to my home planet." And not far from the sun, you land on a planet that seems to be covered in many different hues, from browns to yellows to some reds and even some blues and greens. A very colorful planet, not knowing what's an ocean and what's a desert, but it doesn't really matter. So you find yourself going down landing along a river, a massive river. On either side of the river seems to be many plants, different types of grasses and trees lining the river. But they're not your typical greens and browns of our world. They seem to be of other colors, like yellows and blues and reds, purples, and just everything just seems to glisten and glow in the sunlight. Then not far from your location appears to be two massive pyramids, one on either side of the river. And the Lyran guides you in the direction towards the closest pyramid on the side of the river that you have landed upon. as you approach the pyramid, there seems to be statues on either side of a massive doorway. Statues of cats wearing similar clothing to the Lyran that has brought you here. And you step inside this massive firelit hallway with carvings all over the walls and letterings, languages, markings that you have no idea what they say, but they're just utter amazement. They're just fascinating. You find yourself stopping every now and again and just glaring at the wall on your guide, giving a little chuckle every time and grabbing you and pulling you along, knowing that your curiosity is quite welcome here, but there is much to do on this journey. We're not done yet. So they bring you along through many different passageways and seem to be going up and up and up. Eventually you come to a door that opens up and you find yourself outside at the very top of the pyramid. And there seems to be this corridor. This goes from your point to another door on the other side, and you look around, this corridor is just, the walls are made out of glass, and looking down you can see the river below and the scenery of all the vegetation, even more some mountains and valleys you can see at the elevation you are now at, just in every direction on either side of the river. And this corridor seems to be going across the river to the other pyramid on the other side. Halfway down in the middle of the corridor seems to be this bookcase, some sort of shelving unit. And you and your guide walk along this corridor. It feels like you're walking on air because you're just so high up and you can see through the floor. And you walk towards this shelving unit, this bookcase, and you stop there. The guide gives you this giant crystal. And you hold it in your hands, and the crystal explodes with light, shooting out in many different directions. And you notice as it passes through the glass of the corridor, the section in the middle, it seems to light up in multiple just different directions and just shine in this light. It's like beams of light are coming out and flying in different directions. You can see them just going what seems like to outer space, out to the atmosphere of this planet, seeming like they're going to other planets or stars or moons. Some of them are going across the ground to different places on this planet that you're on, like it's energy being shot out to all these locations, connecting them to where you are. And the Lyran says, thank you. Thank you for bringing back this connection to all of us. The power had run out on the crystal before, where your energy has seemed to have recharged it for us. And so they take the crystal and place it on the ground in this little spot that seems to fit. And it keeps glowing, keeps shining and shooting light in all these directions. Kind of like the light shining out of a lighthouse guiding ships. This light seems to be guiding and it's sending energy to many different places. And then the Lyran takes you to the other side of this corridor. And then once again, you find yourself inside the pyramid, walking around, seeing many different carvings and designs all along the trees, or along the walls, sorry. Traveling further and further and deeper into the pyramid, But this time you seem to be going down in elevation as you find yourself going down flights of stairs every now and again. And then coming out of the pyramid on the other side of the river, the Lyran takes you to a ship on the other side. It says, "Thank you for your help. We appreciate your work here. We would love to have you back, but for now it's time to return you home." So they guide you back onto the ship and launch off once again. It seems to just glide through the sky, through the air, up back into space, back along one of those leaded paths going back to Earth. And then eventually just landing in front of your body. And you exit the spacecraft, say goodbye to Lyran, give them a big hug, and watch them lift off into space. And then before stepping back into your body, you make sure to draw all your energy back to yourself, making sure none of it was left back on that spaceship, back on the planet, back in the pyramids, back in that experience. Make sure that there's no attachments to you. And all your energy is back within you. And then you step back into your body. Allow your consciousness to reconnect with your physical form. Yourself to feel your toes and your fingers again, wiggling them, maybe shifting in your seat, or if you're laying down. Slowly allowing yourself to feel your breath again. Feel your chest rising and falling. Allow your consciousness to come back, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes.